Hey, I'm here with Geoff Miller, and Geoff, along with his wife Cherie, were hired this last year. And Geoff, can you tell us a little bit about the fun things that have been going on this last year?
Well, we've had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not even sure really where to start. There's been all kinds of different events. We went to Winter Jam with the teens, kind of our first event that we did, and we were able to serve at a food pantry in the morning and then go to Winter Jam afterwards. And it was a lot of fun, just kind of an icebreaker, and kind of got to know some of the teens. We took a bus load of kids to camp. I think we had 15 kids that went to junior high camp. And what was really exciting about that was that when we returned from camp, we were able to, VBS was the immediate following week. And we were able to really connect with a lot of the teens, and we were able to, most of the teens came for VBS and helped serve and helped work with the kids throughout VBS, and they loved it. And at the end of VBS, they said, when do we get to do a VBS for teens? Well, we haven't done one of those yet, but and that kind of started off even some of the teens coming for Sunday school. They were attending church Sunday mornings, and we've had a good group of teens that have come throughout Sunday school and participating in the life of the church. We've had other events where Tri-County Holiness meeting, our revival. We had, I think, over 30 teens that showed up for that one night. So there's things that's just kind of the start of what's been going on. You know, we had our Christmas party, and I think we had 38 teens that showed up for a Christmas party. Some of the stuff that I'm looking forward to, we've got, on Wednesday nights, we've got 30 to 40 kids, and probably close to half of those, maybe a third to half, are 8th graders. And I'm really looking forward to trying to split the group into senior high and a junior high. So we have a high school and then a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade group. There's a lot of challenges with that, and not really sure how, with the people that we have, with the sponsors, there's a lot of challenges to trying to figure out how do we do that effectively. But yet I think that there needs to be some changes there, and I'm really excited about it. But to see how God moves and works in that way so that we can build relationships with teens. The thing that I'm most excited for right now is next week we're going on winter retreat. And I think that will be awesome. We've got about 12 kids signed up for that, and I think it'll be a time that they can just connect with God, that they can have just kind of silence their life and get away and really connect with God.
What have you seen this last year that would indicate people's lives are being changed?
We had a grandmother bring her teen, and showed up and was part of that, kind of helping a little bit. And she asked, "Do you run the bus? Do you have the bus? Would you come pick up my teenager?" And so we started picking him up on Wednesday nights. He was a little rambunctious, maybe a little wild, but yet he was a lot of fun. And he started coming regularly. He came Sunday mornings, he came Wednesday nights, and just very, very regular. And God began to work in his lives. You know, I think he'd been getting into a lot of trouble. He'd had a lot of just different things going on in his life. And as I'd drop him off on Sunday morning or Wednesday night, he'd stop and say, "Geoff, would you pray with me? You know, I've got influences trying to talk to me, trying to get me to do bad things, and I just need God to help me." So I would sit and I'd pray with him before he left. And then the next week he would say, "Man, I was able to say no to my friends. My friends keep asking me to do things, and I'm able to say no to them." And then one Sunday after church, you led him to God, led him to Christ. And that was really exciting to see. And to see his story, he started bringing a lot of his friends to church. And they're a little rough, some of them. And some of the other teens are like, "These kids aren't very good. They're not very good." But yet it's good to see that God is at work in their lives. And these teens have continued to come. and continue to seek God. I think kind of what God has really been working in my life this last year is just showing me, reminding me that the fields are ripe and the harvest is plentiful, and that we live in a world that needs Christ. And even though we're in the Bible Belt and we think everybody knows God, but people need Christ. And we need to, John 4 talks about, Jesus is looking out, says, look at the fields. They're ripe and ready for harvest. And we're his workers. And we need to go out and to call people to follow Christ.